This is the second drink I've reviewed in a row that has a name that is repellent to the YouTube algorithm. This is not helpful. Hello and welcome back to Exotic Beverage Reviews. This is episode 1.3 times 10 to the power of 1, I think. In this episode, just to warn you, I'm going to take something that's objectively very funny and overanalyze it to the point that it's not funny anymore. So if you're a fan of a good joke, I'm probably going to ruin at least one for you. But it does run the risk of being interesting, so there's that. Today's victim is Nulon Start Ya Bastard Energy Drink, which is a promotional product from Nulon, which is an Australian automotive and mechanical fluid manufacturer. They make things like engine oil and transmission fluid and brake fluid and Start Ya Bastard. I'd really like to tell you who actually manufactures this energy drink, but the packaging doesn't tell me. It's made in Australia by apparently Nulon themselves, hopefully not on the same production line as the genuine product. I assume it's probably a rebrand of some other energy drink, maybe one of those Red Bull clones, but I guess we'll find out soon. So as far as energy drink names go, this one is pretty out there. The origin story for Start Ya Bastard goes all the way back to 1995 and the Australian sketch comedy show Full Frontal, which was kind of a continuation or a sequel or something to the series Fast Forward, which itself was a continuation of the D-Generation and a cousin to the Comedy Company. All of these shows were amazing and they form a significant part of my childhood, but Full Frontal in particular is very special to me because it was the series that aired at the right time to coincide with the formation of my own sense of humour as a teenager. So yeah, Full Frontal's a big deal to me. In 1995 there was a sketch featuring the great Ross Williams that went something like this.
Tired of engine starting problems but can't afford expensive repairs? Then I've got the solution for you. It's Wynn's Start Ya Bastard. Just add Wynn's Start Ya Bastard to your engine oil and look at the results. Wynn's Start Ya Bastard. And for really troublesome cars, try new Wynn's, for Christ's sake, come on. They really work.
And there's your origin story. So obviously Full Frontal has targeted the competing brand Wynn's and not Nulon. Wynn's is a much older company that's still in operation. Wynn's formed in the 1940s, Nulon formed in the 1980s. At the time of that sketch, Wynn's was running a series of adverts in the exact style that Full Frontal mocked, because that's how humour works.
Oil dripping from your car's engine is unsightly and dangerous. To help stop it, add Wynn's engine stop leak. That messy problem could soon become expensive. So if you see the leak, seal it with Wynn's engine stop leak. When it's Wynn's, it works.
Start Ya Bastard, if you can't tell from the name and the joke advertisement, is an engine starting spray. It's basically just petrol or gasoline or benzene or whatever you call it in your country mixed with something that's stupidly volatile and guaranteed to ignite. So when you try to start your engine with this stuff, there's a very good chance the augmented ignition is going to turn the engine over and get it running. Normally, the additive in these kinds of sprays is something like ether, which is so ridiculously volatile it barely exists in our reality and it just wants to vaporize itself pretty much as soon as it leaves the can, and it wants to burst into flames just as easily. So, just to be clear, I won't be drinking this in this review. This, yes. This, no. Nulon also make a product called Shift Ya Bastard, which is a lubricant spray. Nulon Start Ya Bastard energy drink claims to be good for breakfast, midday crisis or nightcap, turbocharges your day and is guaranteed to ignite your senses. I don't think I'd recommend an energy drink as a nightcap, but who am I to argue with a can? Well, it looks exactly like a can of Start Ya Bastard, right down to the colours, the graphic design, every single font, the halftone pattern in the black areas, even the rounded white rectangle on the back with the ingredients and the legal information. It's identical to the one on the back of the instant engine starter can. They've even replicated the design of the 25% ether graphic to use it for contains caffeine and guarana, which is perfect. Someone clearly had a lot of fun designing this and it really shows. Top marks. It's beautiful. However, I feel I need to address the elephant in the room. I mean, I don't need to, but I'm going to, because, you know, reasons. So, it's an energy drink that's got packaging that 100% mimics, quite faithfully, the branding design for something that's poisonous and not for human consumption. So, some wowser out there is going to have a field day over how this product could encourage people to accidentally drink engine starting fluid. I'm not that wowser. I really don't care. I think it's a wonderful product. But I'm just, you know, saying words so that I can sleep at night knowing that I've met my moral obligation to point out the 1% of mild stupidity in this 99% very awesome product design. Also, two other things. This is a promotional product. It's not on the shelf in stores. I had to go to an auto supply store and ask them for the stuff, and then I was told by the dude that he didn't even know if he could sell it to me because I was supposed to buy $45 worth of Nulon products to get one can of this for free. I had to point out that the drink was advertised on the store's website with a price tag to convince him to sell it to me. Also, I don't need $45 worth of Nulon products. The $16 for this can that I bought purely as a prop is about as far as my Nulon budget goes. But my point is, it's not like this can just sits on the shelf alongside this can and anyone could easily confuse them. Secondly, this is a soda can with a ring pull, and this is an aerosol can. I mean, I know there are some spectacularly weird drinks out there that actually do come in an aerosol can, but they're very rare, and I think the risk of someone drinking starter spray is quite low. Also, wowzers, please consider the opposite scenario. There's a non-zero chance that now some nuff is going to try and start his lawnmower by splashing energy drink into the air intake of the Victor, so where's your concern for him? Anyway, the branding is great, and I love it. The product has the usual recommendations. It's not recommended for children, pregnant or lactating women, or individuals sensitive to caffeine. You should consume responsibly, so behave yourself, and you can have one can max daily. The drink contains nothing outrageous. We have carbonated water, sugar, citric acid, guarana extract, sodium citrate, natural flavours, potassium sorbate, colour, Tartrazine, also known as FD&C yellow number 5, and caffeine, and that's it. Okay, let's find out what this stuff smells like. Hopefully it doesn't smell anything like that one would, because that would be definitely not ideal. Okay. I know what it smells like. I think I know what it's going to taste like. Alright, let's pour some out and see what it looks like. Based on the FD&C yellow number 1, I'm speculating yellow. There we go. It is nicely yellow. In fact, extremely yellow. More yellow than some, which are just sort of coloured with caramel colouring. So that's yeah, it's a colour. And now we get to give it a taste. So when I smelt it, my first instinct was this is a Red Bull clone. Back in the early 2000s, it was really common for energy drinks, including most of these ones that are in these shelves behind me, to be clones of Red Bull. That is, they have that same sickly sweet vomitous flavour that's mostly taurine and sugar. This has the smell of those exact flavours, so I'm assuming this is going to turn out to be another Red Bull clone, but we're about to find out. Yeah, it's effectively a Red Bull clone. If you refer back to my review of the Aldi Flying Power energy drink, the base model of the Aldi Flying Power is very similar to this. It's just it's a knockoff of Red Bull. The real Red Bull has a much stronger flavour to it. It's got a more, dare I say, refined vomitous flavour to it, but this is, look, it's not bad. I actually prefer the slightly toned down version of Red Bull. I find the flavour of vomit to be surprisingly unappealing. Yeah, it's fine. It breaks no ground. It pushes down no barriers. It jumps no fences. It starts no bastards. It's a perfectly cromulent energy drink, but it doesn't have any surprises up its sleeve whatsoever. final verdict on this one's a little bit complicated because normally I try to frame the final verdict in the context of would I buy another one? Well, I don't believe this is going to be around for very long because it's a limited edition promotional product. So I probably won't buy another one, but I'm very glad that I bought a couple to whack on my shelf at some point because it's just a cool little object and I like it. And obviously I bought a can of the real thing to display with it. So yeah, or maybe one day I might need to start an engine. But yeah, look, it's fine, it's cool, grab one while you can because they won't be around forever. If you're a collector of energy drinks or you're a collector of garage stuff and oil paraphernalia, I know there's people out there that'll like that, well this could be a perfectly weird addition to your collection as well. So yeah, it's cool. I have absolutely nothing against this stuff. I'm glad it exists, it makes me happy. So the only wacko ingredient in this drink is tartrazine, which is also known as FD&C yellow number 5. It's a yellow dye that's used in all manner of things and it's generally considered to be safe as a food additive, although it's apparently not great for you if you breathe it in its powdered form or if you rub the raw ingredient on your skin. Like all energy drink ingredients, they're all bad for you and it's just a matter of the dosage being so low that it probably won't hurt you. I'm not a huge fan of the concept of either artificial or concentrated natural colours in foods. They don't impact the flavour and it's entirely a cultural thing that we expect food to look bright and colourful when at best it does nothing to improve the quality of the food or drink, and at worst it makes it ever so slightly poisonous. Anyway, tartrazine is probably okay in small amounts and it's not banned anywhere. And it's yellow. So that was Nulon Start Your Bastard Instant Engine Starter, and that was Nulon Start Your Bastard Energy Drink, a brave piece of promotional art that I can totally get behind. If you enjoyed this video for literally any reason, please consider making friends with the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos like the next one, in which I'll open another can of something and mock it on the internet.